Welcome back to Team Out of the Tank. This is Doug here, and today we're going to be talking about a deck that I've been wanting to play for forever. Ever since this card has been released, I feel like it had a great impact. It just never got that impact part into it, so it's just a great card that never impacted the format. So once again, we're going to start off with Yorion, the Sky Nomad, because he is a powerful companion. We got Gargoyles, of course, Ventress Gargoyle. Geez, he's a 2-drop 5/4 good blocker. Whenever he has our opponent has 7 or more cards in the graveyard, he can attack, and if you have 4 or more cards in hand, he if you don't have 4 or more cards in your hand, he can't block. You can tap it. Each player puts the top card of the graveyard to the from the deck to the graveyard. So he's a really good blocker. He doesn't synergize well with Elspeth's Nightmare, but once again, with a lot of early game aggro, with the mono white or Azorius Flyers, mono red, just slap this on the board and he just blocks and blocks and blocks until they have to spend the resources. Once again, they can get rid of them on turn 3 by going Fervent Champion, Stomp. I attack your Ventress, but that's turn 3, so you bought yourself technically a turn or two of blocking with Gargoyle. Really good card. I'm gonna try to find a substitute because when it's in a way it's still too slow. Uh, Birth of Meletis, good. Enchantment adds your lands. It sacrifices itself, so you get more targets for the key card that we're gonna talk about soon, and you get tokens. Omen of the Sea. Enchantment. You draw cards, you can sacrifice it, you can scribe. Perfect card. And this is the key card I was talking about. Dance of the Mans. It's a 2-drop, well, 2 with an X. Return up to X target artifact and or non-aura enchantment cards with each with converted mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, those permanents are 4/4 creatures in addition to their other types. Now, the reason I like this card is because it recurs all your enchantments, and when they enter the battlefield, they get all their effects. Um, if there's 6 or more, which are highest being 6, you get everything back from your graveyard or whatever is in your graveyard, and they also stack. So if you get, for example, 2 legendary enchantments like Oath of Kaya, you get the 2 effects, but one is gonna sack. So you get, 2 6 gain life, deal 6 damage, or 3 damage twice to something or anything. So Dancing the Mans, I keep it at 3. 4 is just too cluttery, even in an 80 card deck, for the fact that if you draw it in like your turn 3, it does suck. But the thing about it is that in order for you to get the bring all the artifacts or enchantments back as creatures, you have to at least have 8 mana on board. So once again, 3 is perfect as you get it when you need it, and also you're not getting clogged on turn 2, turn 3, or turn 4 when you need something with Dance of the Mans. We got 3 Omen of the Sun because you create 2/1/1s to block with or to attack with. You just go a little bit aggro, and you gain life. Once again, it's an enchantment. Thirst for Meaning. You draw 3 cards, discard an enchantment you don't need. Perfect. I think I might cut these, add a little bit more creatures or a different enchantments just to deal with the meta. 2 Narset, Part of the Veils. Reason is because your opponent can't draw a lot. That's added on top of what she does. Her -2. You just look to your deck for non-creature spells, non-creature non-land spells, and you add them to your hand. Perfect for digging for what you need. 3 Elspeth's Nightmare because a lot of early game creatures are ruining the format right now. It just destroys it. It does targets, so they have hexproof. It does go around that. Second, it becomes a duress. And then third, you exile your opponent's graveyard. It does not work with Castle Edge, Vantress Gargoyle. But once again, we're not trying to end our opponent with Gargoyle. He's just a good blocker. Um, we kept it at 3 because 4 we just kept seeing it and didn't do nothing with control decks. So 3 is a perfect, in my opinion, amount of nightmares. 4 Teferis because 1 -3 you return target enchantment, artifact, or creature, so you can return your, let's just say, Otokaya, cast it again. You can +1, which is my personal favorite because you can +1 on your turn, on your opponent's turn during the end phase, down to the Mance, bring in as many enchantments, attack for game. That's what I love. I hate his passive. It helps, but I hate it. 2 Archon of Sun's Grace. Perfect card for the fact that it says whenever enchantment enters the battlefield, not cast. So if you have them on board and you dance to the Mance, all those enchantments that come onto the board, you get 2/2s for, which is amazing because you also get the enchantment effects. 2 Arcanist Owl. The reason I have 2 is because 4 is too cloggy. If I take out the 2 Archons and still have the Arcanist Owl at 4, it's still too cloggy for the fact that he has to be two blue, I mean four blue or four white, which we're also running some swamps in here. So on turn three, if you're gonna go turn four Arcanist Owl, you have to have the right amount of lands. And if you do not, he just sits there. Not to mention on turn four, if you go Arcanist Owl, that's it. That's your turn. You can actually go to birth, I mean a birth and an omen, and get more, in a way, get more of your turn than Arcanist Owl. But once again, if you just go Arcanist Owl and your opponent is going to be aggressive, he kind of does nothing. So two is the perfect amount in my opinion. On that note, Shadow of the Sky, you don't want to have too many creatures. We only have four. Shadow of the Sky, board wipe, with everything that's going on right now, we only have one. And this is an 80 card deck, so we're going to try to cut some of the fat, like maybe two thirds for meaning, add more Shadow of the Skies. But for right now, we just have one. For Doom Foretold, for the fact that you literally sack the enchantments that you can't sacrifice by yourself. I mean, not that you can't sacrifice yourself. The ones that you don't sack by themselves. So, for example, this sacks itself, this sacks itself, this sacks itself, right? Oath of Kaya, Omen of the Sea, Omen of the Sun, Doom Foretold, and Shark Typhoon. You can all sack them, and you can still keep your Doom Foretold on. I mean, you can still get more Dance of the Man's effects. I'm kind of losing my train of thought because there's a lot of cards that synergize with its deck itself. It's still slow in a way, so you still in a way lose to aggro. And if you have Teferi, you won't have to worry about control. But Doom for Toad, perfect card, goes well with a lot of the deck. Um, if your Elspeth is about to tick down of 3, you can sack your Teferi, bring it back once your Elspeth ticks down, and you literally lost nothing that turn. But just 4, it's perfect. Elspeth conquers death. We have 3. The reason I didn't have 4 is because once again we had to cut a lot of cards. We might still work with this deck and make this come to 4, depending on how the meta is going. But you guys all know about Elspeth conquers death. Time wipe. I kept 1 for the fact of Archon, or in the worst case scenario, Arcanist Owl. Time wipe, you just return your creature. Board wipe, and I guess I still have my Archon or my Arcanist Owl to play again. Just one of. For Shark Typhoons, this card is so amazing in this deck for the fact that you net a +3 profit. It is an enchantment that goes to grave, that even if for the minimum of 6 for Dance of the Manse, you get to bring this card back. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, guess what? You still make sharks off of that. If it ever comes to that. But it's an enchantment that goes to graveyard. You draw a card and you make a shark, which is amazing because you can always use more blockers. 4 of, because once again you can also like on 4 mana do it for a 2/2, just chump block or just to kill creatures or just to go a little bit aggressive if you're feeling aggressive. Our lands, we went with 34. I think we might increase that a little bit, but we're gonna see. 2 Castle Arnaville, we're gonna probably change that to plains. I've never spawned humans with it. 2 plains, 3 Castle Vantress for the fact that we want to scrap. We want to make sure we get our right lands. I mean our right cards and or lands. 2 islands, 3 Castle Loch Twain. If we're running low on cards, we can always draw more. 2 swamps, 4 Hollow Fountain, 2 temples, 4 Godless Shrine, 2 temples, 2 temples, 4 Watery Graves, and 2 Fabled Passage. The reason we have 2 Fabled Passage and 2 Meletas is because we only have 2 plains, 2 islands, 2 swamps. So 6 basic lands in total. Technically 4 because Birth gets plains. So our Fabled Passage can get the swamps or the islands. Our sideboard, we haven't built a sideboard. We've only been playing best of ones. But yeah, this is the Dance of Yorion. That's what I'm calling this deck. I like it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So without further ado, let's get into some games. Okay, so our opponent goes first. We got 2 temples of enlightenment, Godless Shrine, Swamp, Othakaya, Castle Ventress, Ventress Gargoyle, and Elspeth Conquers Death. So we're gonna keep. Our opponent goes forest. Passes turn. We're gonna temple, scry, keep that watery grave on top. We're gonna obviously go swamp and then Ventress Gargoyle next. Our opponent goes clover, so this is a Temur deck. Alright, goes Rugged Highlands, goes Clover again, so he has 2 Clover on board. Interesting. Alright, so what do I want to do? You know what? And I totally misclicked that. Yeah, I should have played the Water Grave instead of the Godless Shrine. So we're just gonna add the Yorion and pass the turn. Might as well, since we're not going to do anything with it, and we're not going to try to bluff a counter because we don't have it. Our opponent doesn't play land, but goes growth, fertile footsteps, so he gets 3 lands off of his turn. So the only thing that can help us out here, because the only removal we have for these artifacts is Doom Foretold. So that would be a perfect draw. Three, four, five, six. So he has 6 mana on board. He goes Lovestruck Beast, gets 3 1/1s, and that's fine with us. Has 2 mana available. He could go Stomping Giant. No, he just goes Druid. His activate ability. Hey, beautiful. Alright, so do I want to Oath of Kaya and kill another? No. I think we just go Temple here. Scry. Keep the Elspeth Nightmares on top. We're gonna then... let's see here. Next, end turn. He doesn't have 7 in hand. I mean 7 in grave, so we can't attack with the Venturous Gargoyle. But what we can do is block with it, as we have 4 more cards in hand. Alright, so here we're going to Omen of the Sea, obviously draw the Elspeth's Nightmare, but scry to see what that card underneath is. And it seems to me like he's going to Bone Crusher. Alright, sure. So he hits me for 2, then hits my Gargoyle for 4. And that's totally fine. We're about to hit our 5th mana. Actually, we're going to keep that on top, because that kills Giant without having any repercussions to it. So here we're going to pay the 2 life. Elspeth Conquers Death, hit the Lovestruck. He knows we have the Yorion, which is fine. But what he doesn't know is that we have the Elspeth to kill... Well, we can't kill the Giant with that. But we have the Oath of Kaya to kill that, so... Benny's all around. He goes Bone Crusher, that's fine. That's 3, 4, 5. So, ooh. That is a good counter. We're going to Elspeth Conquers Death now. Bounce these 2. He has 1 card in hand and 1 Beanstalk ready to play. We're going to obviously hit that Giant. We're going to send the Oath of Kaya to the bottom, keep the Fabled on top, play the land our turn so we can, you know... Oh no, I forgot it comes in at end step. Opponent digs more with the Beanstalk, so that's 3 lands he's getting. But he doesn't have enough to play the Beanstalk. What would hurt is if he does have a... Oh, so is this Temur only? Because I don't see any islands. I mean... Gruul only because I don't see any island. That's perfect. The 1/1 staying is perfect because that means that we can start killing them off with the Oath of Kaya. So here's the plains. Here is Oath of Kaya. Let's get this off the board. Elspeth's Nightmare. Let's get this off the board. Did I already play my land? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I played, I think, the plains without actually even thinking about it. No attacks. So here he's going to go Giant, because the only thing that's going to bring back is... So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's going to have 1 mana available. That's fine. Oh, that's, in a way, perfect. Yeah, we're going to get that back. +1/+1. So we're going to go Fabled, or we're going to get our Island, just because we have 1 of each now. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So what I think we can do is go Archon, because they don't have Trample. Oath of Kaya, yes. Kill this Oath of Kaya, let the new one kill the 1/1. We go up to 12 health. He has 2 cards in grave, surprisingly. Out of all that he did, he only has 2 cards in grave, so our Castle Ventress can't attack. Swing with this 4/5. You know what? No attacks, because we can bounce that with the fairy and then replay it again if we need to. Opponent goes Gilded Goose, makes his Yorvo go bigger, and that's fine with us. Beanstalk makes his Yorvo go bigger, and that's fine with us. Swings with the team. So here, obviously, we blocked the Paradise Druid. We blocked the 11/11. We're not going to be able to block the 9/9, but thankfully we have a lifelink. So that's a good benefit. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that is so amazing. Time wipe. I love you forever. Alright, so next, attack with the 3/4 and the 4/5. Alright, so here we're gonna time wipe our Yorion. We're gonna actually get the Archon for the fact that whenever we play a enchantment now, we're obviously gonna get 2/2s and just spam the board. And since he's top decking, we should have the leg up as we have the Arcanist Owl and the Narset and the Teferi. So 34, yeah, we can go. Oh, that's even better in my opinion, but we're gonna go Teferi for now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's go Teferi. We're gonna bounce this edge wall just because we don't want it to attack next turn. Enters tap to pass turn. 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we have 8 mana on board. So if we dance to the Mance for 6, all of our enchantments engrave and artifacts come in with 4/4s. And he played a land with the Edgewall Innkeeper, so he's not going to get any of that. They're not legendary creatures, which is beautiful. So here comes Archon and a bunch of 2/2s. And we gain 2 life off of that. Just to add the topping on top. And at this point we're at 10 life, so we have in a way stabilized. I don't think he has anything to make his Beanstalk Giant's haste if he top attacks it. So now we're at 13. I forgot about the attack. So pretty much we're just gonna take hold of this little game right now. Yeah, our opponent spams a good game because he knows what's coming. Alright, so we go first. We got a Fabled Passage, Wildroot Grave, Castle Ventress, Omen of the Sea to Omen of the Sun, Othakaya. We're going to keep this. Fabled Passage turn 1, obviously, get a Plains. And then turn 2, Watery Grave, pay for it, Omen of the Sea. Turn 3, Ventress comes in untapped, and then we can either go Othakaya or Omen of the Sun. So, literally, almost the sky's the limit because you know how this game is. Our opponent can literally draw 4 Mystical Disputes and we do nothing. Goes Overgrown Tomb. Hopefully it's not Sultai Ramp. Witch's Oven, so it might be Gensack. Get the Plains, comes in tapped, our turn. Pay for this. Omen of the Sea. No need to bluff it. We can keep this on top. Yeah, we can keep that on top. Just so that, we don't get it later and it comes in tapped. Just get our tap lands out of the way. Not to mention, we want to get at least 8 mana on board once again for the, Dance of the Mance. That's good that he went Goose. It buys us turn. The later it gets into the game, the better and better and better for us. So here we're going to go... I want to go Ventress Gargoyle, but if he goes Mayhem Devil, he can sack it to Witch's Oven. You know what now? Yeah, let's Temple of Silence. Let's scry. We're gonna keep that on top. Adventurous Gargoyle. Doom Foretold here will be perfect as he gets rid of his Witch's Oven. We can obviously sack 2 cards. Our opponent shocks in. He's killing himself with these shocks. Goes Priest. That's fine. If he goes Cauldron, that's even better. Just another Witch's Oven. I really hate this card because it's just a free sack. You know, you don't pay mana. It's just, there's no downside. So here we're gonna get a island. We're gonna add the Yorion actually. No, no. I know how this goes. Pass the turn. The way this goes is he's gonna play 2 dumb creatures, like a Woe Strider and a Cauldron Familiar, and then he's gonna sack for the Priest. And if we would have gone Yorion, we're gonna sack our Adventurous Gargoyle. So this is where we don't play Omen. But now, since we didn't do that, we're smart. We think about the next turn. We have Omen to sack the 1/1s, and we still have our 5/4 to block. So there's that comes in handy. Goes Woe Strider. Okay. So he can sack the goose and the goat, unless if he goes Cauldron Familiar, because he's gonna have that food token. So here he's thinking like, yeah, let's make him sack the Adventurous Gargoyle. He got rid of the Woe Strider? That's interesting. Okay, so you have 3 mana. So you can play another Woe Strider, but Trail of Crumbs, okay. So you're gonna sack it for mana to look. Pass. That's a waste of mana. Oh wow. I mean, then again, yeah, he couldn't have done anything with it. So do I want to? 4, 5, 6. Activate ability. That's fine with me if that went to the grave. Alright, so here we're gonna Teferi. Right? We're gonna bounce this Priest. I don't think if he sacks it or not, I still draw the card. Because there's a period, draw a card. Alright, so we're gonna go Castle Vantress here. Next. I can't attack with it. No point in attacking with the 1/1 when you can block with it and turn. What we wanted to do was tap these so that we can go Oath of Kaya and start killing good stuff. But I think we just might Oath of Kaya hit him, gain 3 life. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, he doesn't have that mana, but he does get to draw a card, gain a +1/+1. We can Teferi, bounce it back to hand. Unless if we get some good removal. Time Up would be good, or Shadow the Sky, but Shadow the Sky will make him draw. We're going to activate ability, get some enchantments and artifacts into graveyard. It's a land, unfortunately. So here we're going to do this. +1.
Trust me, I have a plan.
Yeah, we're just going to bide our time. We're going to go to Fairy here, bounce that 4-volt. The Corvolt, sorry. Obviously, he's not going to sack it because that's a great card to have. Oh, that is actually beautiful. Reason being is if he goes literally Corvolt on his turn 5, I can pitch that Priest of Forgotten Gods. He's going to sack it to get a food token so he can sack with the Corvolt. Sure. He has 4 cards in grave. One attack. Let's get that damage in there. Let's get that damage in there. If he drew a land, perfect. I mean, not so perfect, because he's gonna draw another card off of that. But I just love it when they play lands, because that means his last card is in their hand. More lands, less in hand. I think that can be a slogan. Oh, that's pretty nifty. Alright, so here that's 6 mana. We can go Shark Typhoon, Oath of Kaya, Omen of the Sun. Get a bunch of flying creatures that can help block for Corvold. You know? My turn. I look at your hand. I make you discard. Hopefully, non-creature. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna pay the 2 life actually. He doesn't have, which is perfect. 3, 4, 5. Oh, ooh, or better yet, +1.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
4 engrave. No attacks. And turn. So here he's gonna attack with the 4-volt. He's gonna make it a 6/6, right? That's correct, right? And then that's what he has in hand. So he has nothing that can kill my upcoming Shark Typhoon, which is going to come in at a 5/5. We discard it, we draw a card, hopefully Dance of the Manse or a land. And then we're going to be on our way to Dancing of the Mancing for an 8/8. I mean, for a 6, which brings in all our enchantments that are not in our graveyard. That's actually an issue. Once again, does not have trample, so we can chump block it. Priest, I don't know if you want to sack your Fiend Artisan, but if you do, by all means. Oh snap, I forgot, he can't block. Oh, aren't I the prettiest penny? Or is it the brightest penny? Whatever penny I am, I'm not that. Alright, so he's trying to make it survive. He's gonna make it a 7/7, which is totally fine with us. We draw a card. Oath of Kaya. Not what we were looking for. Not at all what we were looking for. Alright. 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 Resolve. We're gonna just gargoyle 3. Oh, I mean, it's a land that isn't as good. And now his creature doesn't come back, which is fine with us. We're gonna go Archon. We're gonna Oath of Kaya, one of the priests. We're gonna get a 2/2 to chump block with. We're gonna +1 with Teferi.
I'll protect you.
We're not gonna attack with this as he only has 1 card engraved. No attacks as he can dodge to priest, and if she makes a sack because he plays another 2 creatures, we can sack the 1/1. That's fine. Kind of, actually. All I know is that if it's a land on top and he stops playing cards, I am not gonna mill with Castle Vantress. No, no way at all, dude. So he has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If he gets 9, if he gets a Mayhem Devil off the top, it's game no matter what. It deals 20 damage, just those 2 cards alone. Well, this card and Mayhem Devil with the 10 permanents. So I'm hoping it's not that. I think it's a land. But then again, he also draws cards as he attacks. So he's thinking about it, and yeah. Alright. So he's thinking of attacking. He's thinking of attacking, right? Okay, perfect, perfect. He's gonna take 2 damage. I gain 2 life, so that puts us out of Mayhem Devil range, right? Right? And here is where the big brain plays come in. He's gonna draw his card, which I'm assuming is a land. Oh wait, Trail of Crumbs. Even better, even better. He's gonna show us it's a land. He's gonna pay the 1 mana, add that land to hand. Right? Yeah, add that land to hand. Or Cauldron Familiar. Okay. So here we're gonna Ventress Gargoyle. Hopefully it doesn't backfire. I gain 2 life, I go to 23. Uh I should have before he yeah. Activate ability. Mill that card. Mill that Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil. It's a Bull Strider. It's whatever's. He can tap it, so he can mill the top card, which I believe is a land. Yeah. And hopefully it's another land, because that's how it happens to me. So hopefully no. No creature. No enchantment or artifact. Just pass the turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he still can't bowl the Citadel. He's thinking of Witches, Ovening, or Ventress. Get 2, obviously. Oh, I forgot he draws for that stupid Corvold. Um, Double whammy, double whammy, double whammy. Come on, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Perfection. Perfection. So, here's how we're gonna kill our opponent. Actually, that's a lie. Or is it? That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. Yeah, we can kill him. That's 6. Not, yeah. We have more than enough mana to cast the 3. We have 2 whites. 2 whites right here, 2 blacks right here. And that's game. Good game. Next. Yep. Yep. There you go. We would have cast. How we would have won is 2 Oath of Kaya's. So we would attack with the Archon, hit for 3. It would have brought him down to 5. We can Oath of Kaya, hit him down for 2, and then Oath of Kaya hit him down to -1, and we would have won the game. Perfect. All right, so our opponent goes first. We got a Hollowwood Fountain, Castle Vantress, Castle Lockthwain, Oath of Kyle to Fairy, and a Time Wipe. We're gonna keep this. We have good turn 3 plays here. We're gonna Castle Lockthwain first because we don't have a Swamp. And our opponent has no companion. So he goes Triumph. Perfect. So he's Jeskai. Is he control? Or is he 4 colors? Interesting. That's a counter it looks like. Pay 2 life. Fast turn. Obviously there's no need for me to try to bluff a counter. So he's just gonna hit me with the stomp. That's fine. He goes Fabled Passage, cracks it for what's he gonna get? I think he's gonna get an island. If not a mountain. Those are the only yeah, there's the island. Alright, so here we're gonna Omen of the Sea. Let's see here. We're gonna send that to Fairy to the bottom, send that Watery Grave. I need 2 islands, so the Watery Grave wouldn't hurt for a time wipe. That's fine with me. Alright, so here we're gonna Castle Vantress to Fairy. Do you have it? And by that I mean the counter. He does not. We're gonna +1, no need to -3. The reason I didn't -3 the draw is because even if he does play that, he's gonna tap out, and then we can Oath of Kaya. Seeing as how he didn't play a land, I think he's stuck on 3 mana. We can hit that. Enters tapped, +1 end the turn. Next turn we can, and he scoops. I guess. Yeah, we'll take that win. We'll put it on videos. But yeah, once again, this is the deck. I know these two don't really go well. I'm gonna try to tweak it once again to just make it much more consistent and much more to the point of Dance of the Mance, to where we're literally sacking and drawing, Doom Foretold. I'm gonna try to see how we can work it out with Dance of the Mance, Doom Foretold, Treacherous, not Treacherous Blessing, yeah, Treacherous Blessing, right? Where this one, in my opinion, is a little bit better than Omen of the Sea. So, try to see how that can work. Without Yorion, because as you guys can see, the 80 card deck does slow us down, and against not control decks, but aggro decks, it just becomes a burden when you have Thirst for Meaning, Narset, Teferi, and your lands, and you're like, well, I can't get rid of their board. I can Narset to look, but by that time I get it, he's not going to go all in, and if he does, that's going to be game. So I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Thank you guys for watching. Click the like button below. Don't forget to subscribe. And once again, come join us on our Facebook page. I will post it in the link below where we talk about the upcoming format, the decks that we play, what got us into Mythic, what's getting us into Mythic, and what are the problems that we are seeing in the meta. A lot of the new cards are, looking pretty good. There's a new enchantment that we just talked about recently, how it can kind of change the format to where it has hexproof. Whenever you take any source of damage, prevent it, put a damage counter on this enchantment, and then once it has land enchantment, sacrifice it. If this enchantment has if this enchantment has left the battlefield, you lose the game. Now, I don't know how that's going to work with Questing Beast, as Questing Beast doesn't allow you to prevent damage, any player for that. Also, Stomping Ground, not Stomp with Giants. That's the discussions we're having. But yeah, once again, just come join us, have fun with us. But once again, thank you for watching the video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.